Alright, in this section, guys, I'm going to be breaking down a tournament game I had from the Final 32 in clubs. Again, this is like $1 million tournament, I believe. First place got 150,000. I ended up finishing in the final 16 in this tournament. And this was the game after I won my club. And I was playing versus Danny, who won the Buccaneers club. And he actually knocked off Clef the God, who's considered to be by most the top 10 player. So I knew he was going to be a tough out. And I want to show this game specifically because in the last one versus Pavan, I showed me playing mainly versus zone blitz. So I want to show this one versus a man blitz style of defense. So again, let's get started here. Again, he had sacked me here in the first play. Actually, let's watch it together. Yeah, so on the first play, I was using a play called curl flat, which in Madden 21, the corner out by the tight end sometimes gets a speed burst, and it can beat man, but that's not how it worked out in that play. So again, this is where I told myself, okay, man blitzing style of defense. Let's get some, I got to get some flats, I got to get some drags out here, because man blitz is a little bit differently. Again, the seam streaks won't be as effective or necessary. Again, the seam streaks versus man blitzes are going to be more for clearing out. If he's playing coverage defense out of his man blitzing defense, like sometimes a lot of people will turn this defense. It's called mid blitz, where it's man across the board with 5 or 6 people blitzing, and then they'll change their zones up and make it cover 3. So seam streaks can still be useful. Also, if it's 99 speed versus 99 speed and you have the guy in a streak or a fade, he's going to win deep. So if they're even, they're leaving. So that's another reason why to have streaks on the field. So second 18 here after I get sacked again, I'm going to go to a play we talked about a lot in the course, where it's this. I might have not been using the tight end crosser, but again, it's with this backside drag and motion over post, and again, in the seam streak down the middle. And again, the reason why I'm utilizing this type of concept versus the man blitzing style of defense he was using is, again, versus man blitzes, the flats are usually going to be open, again, unless he's adjusting zones over there. But his responsibility with the user is going to be the running back, since when you're man blitzing, everybody's going to be manned up besides the running back. So the running back is going to be the sole responsibility of the user here. So again, we're going to want to utilize running backs in our quick passing game versus man blitzes until they start manning it up or really focus their user in on it. So again, you can kind of see how there's no so Danny's a high level player, so Danny's not just going to run a man blitz out of this. Again, the side defense is man, but again, he's going to make some coverage adjustments here. So again, he's dropping his guys on the right half of the field in the deep blues, but as you can see, his responsibility is still going to be this running back. Again, you don't really want to overcommit too much to the running back, so again, we want to take advantage of that by putting him out on flats and running back wheels. Again, you want to throw out where they're blitzing from and get the ball out quick, and the running back wheel is going to be a great option versus that. And also, why I'm using the running back wheel over the table out here is I like when a lot of times, since the running back goes unmanned in these man style of defenses, I like to put him on the wheel because a lot of times he can burn the defense deep. And as you can see here, the wheel really got the attention of the user here. Whereas if maybe we just had a flat, he would have said, forget it, let me run with the tight end crosser. But since the wheel turned up the field and was wide open, Danny had to respect that and run over and guard it himself. Then also on the rest of the play, we have, we're utilizing again, a pull route or be on a streak to kind of clear out any deep blues if he has any. And that's going to open up our crosser here if he does have deep blues. And also the drag and post combo, again, we're going to keep coming back to that, guys. It's going to be really effective because, again, if you're shading up in man, that's going to leave the drag open. And basically what shade up man does is shade up man makes you respect over the top. So, again, this outside cornerback is not going to press here, leaving this drag open or not leaving the drag press. So the drag's going to get 5+ yards consistently. Then also motioning over this post, it's going to get separation versus man as well, and it's going to get underneath zones, as long as we have that pull route on the field. So again, right here, and also look at the spacing between the tight end crosser and the backside post. So again, there's going to be a lot of separation between all of our main targets on the field. So that's another key is, making sure we have that distance between all of our main targets. And again, look at the tight end to our backside post to our underneath drag. So it's going to be, the user's going to pick their poison here. And again, he leaves his tight end crosser wide open. And again, we're going to come back to the tight end drag, or not the tight end drag, but the drag on the outside receiver and the motion over post a lot, because again, that's going to be, there's not too many great route concepts for this man. But here, again, we're going to go to the Max Pro scheme. And again, I have Playmaker on B, and Playmaker on B basically allows me to get super sharp cuts. But anyways, again, let me go back here. Again, you're going to see that, again, I have this backside post, and we talked about this in the course a little bit about one of the ways to beat the blitz is max proing, and having a kind of a big play route in the field like this S post, and seeing if they can guard it, seeing if they are respecting it. So again, we just want to make sure he's respecting the big play, and he's not just and we don't just want him to play aggressive when they blitz. So again, I'm going to try to max pro here to pick up the blitz completely and see if I can get a big play off of it. Buy enough time to get a big play. And then we're going to have this man beating route underneath as well with the drag, because we can playmaker it back. And again, we're motioning over also Y on the streak here, because sometimes if you motion him at the right time and snap it right before he gets set, he gets a little speed burst and he can beat his man coverage. But what Danny was doing over here was smart. He was doing a lot of soft squats and deep halving. Again, here we had the S post open, but again, knowing Danny, he's probably going to see that now. So again, we're going to mix it up a little bit, and we're not going to go right back to it, because again, Danny's probably going to see that he just gave it the S post for a touchdown. But that's a play we'll definitely go back to later in the game. So we're going to go to this play right here. Back to this play again. You guys are going to see this concept a lot. Drag, pulse with the clear out. And again, look on the right outside how my guy's not going to be pressed. So he's going to get kind of separation inside. So we're going to have like a 5 to 7 yard gain there, depending on our rack. Again, we just get it swatted down the line of scrimmage there. But the drag is going to be great for a shade up man plus the post. And then the tight end crosser as well does a great job of getting open versus man in zone. Again, and remember, Danny had left open this S post before for a touchdown, and I know this isn't an anticipation course, but we'll kind of preview a little bit. And again, I'm not going to focus too much on the play calling aspect, but it's really just kind of seeing why these route concepts are effective. And again, here, this is a really common setup I talked about with you guys, or a setup that we went over in the first half of the course. And again, it's going to be this tight end, the drag, snap next to the tight end with the running back flat. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to show it here. Again, I'm kind of... Oh, here we go. So, again, to reiterate, I really love this concept because, again, the user has to make a decision really quickly. Again, we want to have quick passing options going in the opposite directions or on opposite sides of the field. So, again, look at Danny's user. He's going to have to make a really quick decision, whether it be to the running back flat or the drag over the middle of the field. Again, look at how quickly they cross each other. So Danny has to make a decision right away. And one or the other is going to be open. Again, he's able to get in here, but you can see that I have this drag open because Danny had to commit to the running back flat. Again, as we mentioned so many times in the course, the running back flats are going to be really effective versus the blitz. Again, you want to throw out where they're blitzing from, and especially versus man blitzes because, again, the running back will be, if they leave its sock uncovered in man blitzes. So, and again, when you snap this drag next to the tight end as well, it is going to get a little speed burst, and it's going to get that free release. Again, we talked about that as one of the beginner's manual, but getting those free releases first man. So, again, we had it here. Again, he was just able to get in time. And then as well, we still got that little skinny post over the middle of the field. Again, which is going to beat man and any type of zone. And again, we got the S post over the top, which is also really effective versus man coverage. Again, these S posts and skinny posts are great versus man. All right, here back in 1st and 10. Again, we'll probably, again, we're going to utilize, again, the drag and the running back flat. Again, instead of with the motion over receiver, again, we're going to do it with the motion over post. So, again, what we have here is we kind of got a, let's see if I can go back to where you guys can see the play art. So, we're going to have a corner route on B. So, again, so we have a flood concept here on the right. So in case if he plays coverage defense, we're going to be able to attack those sidelines effectively. Because, again, we have the pull route by X to push the deep blues back if he has one. And again, then we have the corner route and the drag to attack the sidelines at different depths. Again, then we still have, a post route over the middle, which is going to be it's going to beat man, get underneath any inside thirds if we snap it right. And then, again, we have this great concept versus the blitz here of, again, the running back flat, which is great for beating the blitz quick, as well as this tight end drag. And again, the great thing about the great thing about this route combination here, especially on the left half, is both the running back and the tight end are going to get a free release, and they're going to be running at full speed in opposite direction. So again, as you saw when we motion over the receiver on the drag, it's going to make for a quick decision for the user. And again, he's going to have to pick his poison. And again, here he runs to the running back flat, which makes sense because when you're setting these man blitzes, the running back is going to be unaccounted for. The sole responsibility of the user will be the running back. And again, and that's what's going to leave this tight end open over the middle of the field. Again, the tight end drag, or drags in general, are great because they're good versus man and zone, especially when they get that free release. Again, this is the key to running an effective 5-out offense. Again, you gotta know your quick reads pre-snap, and you gotta have quick reads running on opposite sides of the field. Either that, or your quick reads need to be going in opposite directions of each other quickly. So the user has to make a quick decision and is not able to lurk both. Again, here I should probably snap that there, but again, 2nd and 3. Again, now we're gonna, you guys are gonna see that I'm gonna start utilizing the kind of the same variation of plays. Again, it's gonna be a lot of drag, post, running back flat, drag. Again, that's gonna be the main plays because there's not too many great route combinations versus man, especially man 21. So again, this will serve as a great guide in future mans as well because, because if you can drop effective man beating routes on this man, again, it should be easier in other mans where man is not as good. And again, we're gonna go right back to this tight end drag and running back flat play because again, he gave it up before, and this is a really good concept versus these man blitzes because again, you have two great quick passing options here. Again, we saw Danny, he started manning it up, and that's what, and when you're putting out the right route combinations, so. Danny's now saying to himself, okay, this running back flat is killing me. So that's going to kind of neutralize the blitz because Danny's going to feel like he has to man that up or guard it with one of his CPU defenders, and that's going to take away from the blitz. if you're able to quick dot these blitzes and utilize, the right quick passing options. So again, right back to the drag and post with the seam streak to pull. And again, the drag's going to be open underneath, pulls down the user. Again, look at the separation between the drag, the crosser, and the post. Again, he's going to have to make a tough decision here. He's going to have to pick his poison. And it looks like the tight end has separation here, but the cornerback is able to make a really good play on it. Again, they have an ability called one step ahead, which helps on the cuts and man coverage. So they're not gonna get beat as bad as usual by these sharp cutting crossing routes and post. And that's like a special ability called one step ahead to enhance man coverage. And again, right here, again, I talked about this a bit in the course too. Again, mix in some max protection. If someone's getting too aggressive versus you, they're screaming, they're really getting to you, and they're just not playing much coverage over the top. Make sure to check them every now and then. Make sure to max roll and see if you can buy some time to hit the big play. And that's kind of what I did here. And again, I call this play at the perfect time because, again, look, he had blitzed everybody. So there was no one over the top on this S post. So it was a good time to the max protect. Again, it's always good to mix in max protect versus these heavy blitzes. And we have this route called, again, this is more Madden independent. Again, this probably isn't a concept I'll carry over this little out and up route. But these out and up routes are really good versus shaded up man coverage in this year's game. And that's what killed him here on the outside. But again, we would have had a touchdown either way to that S post. So again, versus these man blitzes here, we're really just mixing up. We're mixing in the max roll. We're mixing up sending 5 out with great quick passing options. Quick passing options to attack opposite sides of the field at different depths, as well as sometimes blocking the halfback. Again, here back in offense, here on this 1st and 10. Again, we're going to mix in max roll again because, again, this is an aggressive style of defense, so again, we want to check them sometimes, see if they'll give up the big play or not. See if they're respecting our big plays. Again, max roll sometimes buy some time. Have a deep man beater on the field, like this motion over crosser, and then got the drag underneath with playmaker on. Again, we're able to catch him slipping. And again, guys, it's always really, I want you guys to be able to see it's revolving around that same concept we've been talking about a lot with the drag and the crosser. Again, that's going to be a concept that repeats and applies to every Madden. It's going to be effective just about every year in Madden. Right here at the 37. Again, guys, I'm telling you, this concept is going to apply, Madden to Madden, formation to formation. Again, the drag, the motion over post, and the streak to pull the zones deep. Again, make sure to utilize this this concept in your game. Make sure to implement it in your game, and I hope you guys see by now why it's so effective. Again, look at what's paused right here. Again, look at the spacing on the field. Look at our main targets. Again, we're using this obviously B to pull. Again, look at the crossing route. Look at Y, the backside post, and look at X. Look at the space between all of these routes. Again, it doesn't matter who you are. You're not going to be able to lurk all of these routes at once. Again, all of these routes are a threat for the user. Again, we picked up the blitz clean. And again, he's just going to have to pick his poison here. And he gets aggressive, comes down on the drag, leaving the crosser wide open. Getting here 1st and 10. Again, we're just going to keep kind of rotating here. Going back to what's working. And again, Danny's been starting to get a little aggressive. Again, we're going to go back to this great quick passing option. Again, we got the flood concept here on the left. With that corner route by B and the tight end drag. And again, look at, the drag and the running back. Again, we're getting blitzed here. But again, we have two great quick passing options running in opposite direction. Danny's user is going to have to make a really quick decision. And again, we just throw it to the other. And again, it's easy reads because we're spacing out the field so well. And we're really manipulating the user. So again, watch Danny's user here. He's going to have to make a really, really quick decision because we have two quick routes running in opposite directions. Look at his user. Again, it has a split-second decision. Again, doesn't matter who you are, you're not going to be able to lurk both of those routes at the same time. It's all about the spacing. And again, right here, on this 2nd and 4, again, a lot of this will kind of go into like an anticipation course and a adjusting on the fly course. This kind of, but again, for the purpose of this course, again, this is a really good cover 2 route beating concept because again, like I told you guys, to attack cover 2, we want to utilize outside fades and then use like a flat underneath to draw down the soft squat. That's kind of what I did here. And here, deep half, we read post snap. Outside corner is in a soft. The strong safety is in the deep half again. So, and we got a cover 2 beating concept out here again with these outside fades. Again, remember the weakness of cover 2: deep middle, deep outside, and that's exactly how we attack them here. And back on offense here. Again, we're gonna mix in Max Pro. Again, this is an aggressive style of defense. We want to mix in some Max Pro. give us a chance to pick up the pressure while getting a chance to get a big play here. Again, we weren't able to pick up the pressure here, so but again, it was a good route concept because again we had the post, the motion over post that beats man. And again, when you snap that post on the cut, it's gonna get a little speed burst, and that's how it gets inside of man. It gets that free release when we motion that post over. So motion over posts are going to be really effective versus man coverage. So here again, man, back to the tight end drag in the flat. And again, we're still giving ourselves an option here since we're kind of motioning out a clear out. Again, so we're going to be able to beat coverage defense in case if it does that, because this clear out that we motion over, this out and up by Y. Again, it's going to pull back the deep blues, and that's going to open up the B post that we had over the middle here. And again, in case if he blitzes, again, we have two great quick passing options. Again, we have two running back flat and tight end dragger running full speed in the opposite directions. The user's going to have to pick their poison. And again, he has to decide right away to go with the running back flat. And that's what's going to open up the tight end drag here. Again, man, back to the well. Again, back to the the good old fade, drag, and post. Again, you're going to see this a lot. Again, what actually happened here was, so we had that clear out for the clear out that deep blue. So what happened is usually the inside third is all the way back, is about 10-15 yards backed off the line of scrimmage. So what Danny's doing here is he took his inside linebacker and he dropped him in a deep blue instead. So again, he wasn't, since that guy was so close to the line of scrimmage to start, he wasn't as affected by this clear out and was able to turn around on that post route. And that's why I had thrown it, because again, I really thought it was just going to be man. I thought I just had to worry about the man coverage, because when we motion over this post route versus man, it's going to get good separation. It's going to get that cut in front of the guy, and that's all we need versus man. It's just a step of separation. But again, this inside linebacker who's in the deep blue came into play here, because again, he's starting off so down low, and he was able to make a play in this, and ends up dropping the pick. Again, guys, this is actually a super crazy game. If you want to watch this full game, again, it's on YouTube. Just type in Manu vs. Danny, Madden 21. Yeah, this is actually a phenomenal game if you want to watch the full thing. Again, I really just want to break down the route combinations. So here, this isn't a situational play calling course, but again, a little preview is, 4th and 6. Game on the line. He's down 7. I'm gonna try to go for a little bit of a big play, because he's expecting me. Psychology says here, or kind of the psychology of the defensive opponent is thinking here, like, okay, 4th and 6. I'm down 7. He just needs a few yards. A lot of people like to get aggressive here, so I kind of called a big play here, try to beat him over the top with this motion over crosser. And again, when you motion over these crossing routes and posts, they're going to get good separation versus man. And again, we have the playmaking option underneath, which is going to get separation versus man. And he comes down. Again, look at the separation between Y and B. You had to worry about the playmaker drag. And then we have this Y route going towards the sideline. Going towards the sideline deep. Again, it looked like he was expecting a tight end crosser, because he kind of zone dropped the guy to like 20-25. But again, this is more along the lines of a situational play calling type of class or anticipation. But again, we were able to kind of anticipate him playing a little aggressive, and we popped him over the top here again. But for the purpose of this course, look at the separation between B and Y here. Again, it's going to be the user's going to have to pick their poison here. One or the other is going to be open. He went underneath, and that's what gave me the over the top option. Again, it's just all revolving around crosser drag, running back flat drag, post streak drag. Again, that was kind of the summary of the offense versus man coverage. Because again, versus man coverage, really you want to utilize sharp cutting routes. These motion over post, motion over drags. Again, you want to get we're motioning over a lot versus 2 to get those free releases. Because again, you don't want to have to deal with that jam at the line. So that's why we're motioning over. And again, when you motion over those posts, again, gets that free release, gets a little bit of a speed burst. So again, try to utilize motion to get as many free releases as you can. But again, that's really all for this one. Again, I hope you guys found this helpful. Again, this was, I feel like, a great guide versus someone who's man blitzing. So again, kind of summary here is, again, we went over this in the course many times, but again, we mixed in the Max Pro to buy us time to beat him deep over the top, and we did that once with the out and up. And then utilizing our quick passing options when we sent 5 people on a route with the running back table and the drag running in the opposite direction. And again, then as well as the drag from the outside receiver and the motion over post. And again, the motion over post is so great because, again, it's going to get that free release when we motion over. And it's going to be able to get a step inside of the cornerback because, again, it's a sharp cutting post. And again, the drag on the outside is going to be a great underneath option because they're shading up, meaning playing over the top coverage. The receiver's not going to get pressed, so the drag is going to win a lot on those route. He's going to win a lot on his route for his man coverage. But in this next gameplay video, it's going to be, since the one versus Pavon was more zone blitz, this one was man blitz again. The next one will be more about try to find one about more coverage defense.